Join Early Math Project team members Makenna Huey, Dana McVey, and Heather McClellan-Brandusa in Breakout Room 3 as they share a variety of resources for preschool family engagement and ideas for using the resources for in-person, virtual, and virtual family STEAM nights.
Welcome to Turn Up the Steam Family Engagement. We are going to get started here shortly. However, we are going to give everyone about a minute or so to join this breakout room. So while you're waiting, you may take this time to gather around 20 or so small objects for an activity that we are doing later in this presentation. So hello again, everyone, and welcome to Turn Up the Steam Family Engagement. Thank you all for joining us today in our discussion of the Early Math Project and the Early Math Initiative. In this breakout session, we will specifically share Early Math Initiative videos, games, activities, and literature reviews, as well as discuss how these resources can be used to support family engagement. My name is Makenna Huey, and I am with the California Department of Education, and I am here today with my wonderful colleagues.
Hello, I'm Dana McVey. I'm a child development consultant with First 5 California.
And hi everyone, I'm Heather McClellan-Brandusa, also with the California Department of Education.
All right, so each of our contact information is provided on this slide. Please feel free to reach out to any or all of us with questions, comments, or ideas you may have about the information or resources shared in this presentation today.
Okay, so today we'll be sharing some of the resources created by the California Early Math Project and the California Early Math Initiative and looking at how they can be used together. All the resources are free and can be found on the Early Math Project website. They're designed to be used with free, very low cost, or recycled materials. Most are available in both English and Spanish, and they're valuable resources that can be used in the early learning setting and at home. We'll start by showing a short video from the I'm Ready video series and explore how related book reviews, children's literature-based activities, and the Count, Play, Explore issues build upon the ideas in the video. Although we think the activities work well in conjunction with each other, they can also be used as standalone elements. Now Dana is going to share some thoughts with us about STEAM.
Before we look at the video that Heather mentioned, I'd like to talk just a bit about STEAM. You may be familiar with STEM, which is a curriculum model based on the idea of educating students in 4 basic specific disciplines of science, technology, engineering, and math through a connected and applied approach rather than separate and discrete subjects. And when you add in the arts, you get STEAM. STEAM integrates 5 subjects into a cohesive learning approach based on real-world application. STEAM teaches children to think critically, problem solve, and use creativity. The M, math, is a way of thinking, knowing, and problem solving. And children are naturally curious and strive to figure things out. With toddlers and young children, explore math concepts such as cause and effect during daily routines and interactions that help them build sophisticated reasoning skills and conceptual knowledge. When thinking about STEAM, and specifically math activities for toddlers and young children, there are 2 goals. 1, to create a safe environment for children to explore using their senses, and 2, to create natural learning experiences that invite discovery and inquiry. You can facilitate STEAM learning by joining in the exploration with the children, to build on your relationships by exploring with them, and connect current activities to previous experiences. The video we're about to watch is called Laundry Time. It was created to encourage using everyday routines to explore math concepts. Some of the mathematical ideas in this video include sorting, counting, positional words, classification, and math talk.
A man sits in a garage and folds laundry at a desk. Text, a typical California dad presents laundry time.
Laundry. I hate doing laundry. Handling clothes right after they come out of the dryer. It makes me sweaty. And trying to fold a fitted sheet, like, where are the corners? But I have found a way to turn an ordinary task like laundry time into, wait for it, math time. Take, for example, the Robinson family.
Dad and his son are sorting their clean laundry in the family room.
Hey, wanna help me sort some laundry? Say yes.
Yes.
Okay, we have a few socks here. Can you find the 2 that match?
What a great way for Dad to teach his son about matching.
Derek holds up 2 matching blue socks.
And why do they match?
Because they're both the same color.
And what color is that?
Blue.
Text, correct.
Hey, wanna help me separate shorts and pants? Say yes.
Yes.
Dad puts a pile of pants and shorts on the table. Derek classifies pants and shorts.
Shorts,
Yes.
shorts,
Yes.
pants.
That is correct.
Text, correct.
Dad's helping Junior build a foundation in math just by sorting laundry.
Derek holds up an unidentified piece of clothing.
It's a tricky one, huh? Shorts?
I don't know.
It's something called a skort. Trick question.
Okay, one more. Whose pants are bigger, Daddy's or Derek?
Dad lays out a pair of his pants and Derek's pants, side by side on the table.
How much laundry do these people have?
Daddy's.
Yes.
Derek points to his dad's pants. Text, correct.
Classifying or sorting is an important part of thinking, reasoning, and understanding. So the next time you do a load, include your kid. You never know what they could learn.
California dad holds up a shrunken sweater.
Like not putting sweaters in the washing machine?
It was an honest mistake.
He hides the tiny sweater in the desk drawer.
See you next time.
Text, a typical California dad.
The 30 I'm Ready videos were produced in English, Spanish, and also audio described versions in English and Spanish. The videos are very short, and we think they are a great prompt to get families thinking about ways that math is present in our daily routines and activities. The videos are broken into 4 groupings: the California Dad series, featuring children birth to age 3, Wide World of Math series, targeting families with children 3 to 5 years of age, Jen in the Math series, geared toward children 5 to 8 years of age, and there are 4 featured videos: Baby Knows Best, Math Transit, Shape Savari, and Math Man. The videos cover a wide variety of topics and can be shared with families to get them thinking about ways they can easily and effectively foster their children's success and enjoyment of math. And the tone of the videos is lighthearted and fun.
On the Early Math Project website, there's an extensive collection of children's literature reviews. The one you see on the screen is the review of Sam Sorts. Each reviewed book has an expanded version with links to early learning foundations and standards for those that are appropriate for kindergarten and up, as well as a detailed math connections section. Each also has a simplified version without the links to the foundations or standards, and the math connections are bulleted as brief ideas and suggestions for exploring the mathematical ideas in the book with the child. The books reviewed cover a wide variety of topics, including patterns, sorting, problem solving, measurement, shapes, addition, subtraction, and counting, just to name a few. The Early Math Project created the book reviews for a couple of reasons. Research shows that many families are quite eager and comfortable reading with their children, but may not feel the same comfort with math activities. The reviews are intended to capitalize on this and show families how to explore the math found in each story and how math can be found in their everyday life with their child. We hope they'll prompt conversations and lead to new mathematical vocabulary. We also hope that families will try out many of the activities related to the story. The reviews provide links to both original activities that have been developed by the Early Math Project team and also other useful resources that can be found on the internet. Picking up on the idea of sorting showcased in the California Dad Laundry Time video we just watched, Sam Sorts could start a conversation about all the different things and different ways that items can be sorted. Sorting can be part of daily routines with young children or as an extension of play by sorting toys and other items in their environment. Sorting and classifying objects is related to mathematical reasoning that children will use later in algebra and higher math. Each of the literature reviews has a section that provides a number of suggestions for playing with or exploring math ideas and concepts that are related to the story. The reviews provide comprehension questions that can give children a chance to explain their thinking and reasoning. So this is a sample of a few of the Early Math Project activities. These are directly connected with the math concepts in a book that you may have just explored together with children, or they can be used independently as a standalone math activity. These simple activity sheets tells you what is needed to get started on the activity and gives you directions on how to play or what to do. The Early Math Project designed these to be used in many different ways. They can be used for activity stations, small group activities, the basis for a series of activities for a family to explore at a community math event, or can be sent home for families to explore together in support of something that's being learned in the early learning setting. Continuing on with our theme of sorting that we saw in the I'm Ready video and the book review, these are a few activities around sorting that can be used with families and children. The activities are linked on the book reviews, so anytime you explore one of the books together, there's also activities you can do together to extend the learning. All can be downloaded from the Early Math Project website. We add to these book reviews regularly, and we welcome suggestions for other books to review in the future. So the Early Math Project and Fresno County's STEM department have collaborated in developing Count, Play, Explore issues. In a nutshell, these provide suggestions for mathematical family engagement in 3 broad categories: counting, playing, and exploring. We'll take a look at these next. So on one side of the Count, Play, Explore issue, it's broken into 3 color bands, as you can see. The orange band provides suggestions for counting activities, the blue band provides ideas for mathematical play, and the purple band describes math explorations. On the other side of the issue, it outlines a more specific activity that families can do together. In the example shown, there is a STEM activity that explores buoyancy of objects. Families look at objects that sink or float in water, make predictions about what an object will do, see if their predictions were correct, and design, create, and test boats. There are also links to online games, videos, and other activities to try. The side with the Count, Play, Explore ideas in the color bands we just saw is also broken down by age range. There are ideas that are appropriate for infants and toddlers, preschool age children, kindergarteners, and elementary school age children. These are perfect activity sheets to be sent home with families as weekly activities to do or as a part of a monthly newsletter for families to try at home, since there are simply 3 activities per age group on each issue. Families can be further engaged by asking them to share photos or stories of how the activities went and what children did. Now Makenna is going to walk us through an activity that we can do together.
All right, so as Heather stated, now we're going to try out one of the Early Math Project activities. The activity we will be doing today continues along with our theme of sorting. Specifically, this activity centers around sorting objects by their attributes or by their characteristics. Identifying and comparing attributes of objects lays the foundation for sorting, a skill that is commonly used in higher math. So as we go through this activity, we will be asking you to share your experiences on Padlet, and before diving in, we will first demonstrate how to use Padlet. The main Padlet tools we will be using today in this presentation are the upload and comment functions. To get to Padlet, the first thing I'm going to do is open another tab on my internet browser, and because I'm on a Mac, my default browser is Safari. So I'm going to open a new tab by clicking on the plus symbol in the upper right-hand corner of this window. As you see, a new tab is opened in my window while the old tab remains open in the background. As a reminder, please be sure that you do not close out of your initial tab, as this will log you out of the symposium. Moving back to the new tab that I just opened, in the search bar, I am going to type in padlet.com/earlymathca/STEAM. Once typed in, I am then going to hit the return or the enter key on the keyboard, which will take me to Padlet. So in Padlet, you may see posts that have been left previously. To add a new post, I'm going to click on the hot pink circle in the lower right-hand corner of the window. Once I click on the pink button, the blank post appears. I'm going to add a title to this post by typing into the title field. So as an example, for this post, I will title it Lisa from Northern California. I can then type a note in the Write Somethings field right below. I can also click on one of these buttons. To see an entire menu of options, I'll click on the 3 dots. To upload a photo to Padlet, I click on the upload icon. From there, I click Pick a File. You can also click on the camera icon from the main screen to take a photo with your webcam. However, for this demonstration, I'm going to upload a photo that I've already taken. I search through my File Explorer to find the photo that I want to upload. So once I find the desired photo, I'm going to double click on it and begin the upload process. Once uploaded to Padlet, I can add text above the photo. So here I'll type in this pup's name, which is Sky. I post the note by clicking off of it and onto the Padlet background. However, once posted, I can still make edits. I can edit the text, delete the post, or change the background color. So to edit my post, I simply hover over it and select the 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner. Okay, so as an example, let's change the background color of my post to blue. And to publish these edits, once again, I'm going to click off of the post and onto the background of Padlet. So once posted, others can like my post by clicking on the heart below, or add a comment by typing in the add comment field. So I'll type in a comment here. And as you can see, all comments that are left are anonymous. So as we go through this activity, we highly encourage everyone to share their experiences by posting to Padlet. We also encourage you all to engage with one another by commenting on each other's posts. You can create more than one post by clicking that hot pink circle in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen and repeating these steps. And that's Padlet. So at the beginning of this presentation, we asked you to collect 20 small different objects. If you didn't get a chance to gather your objects at the start of this presentation, don't worry, you will be given time to gather items at the beginning of this activity. So the objects that you gather can be anything, ranging from supplies that you may have on your desk to other items around your home or office. In this activity, we will sort the objects that you have gathered based on their attributes 3 different times. So first, we're going to ask you to sort the objects based on one characteristic. For example, one group could be office supplies and the other group could be things that are not office supplies. Once sorted, take a picture of your groups and post it to the Padlet. We encourage others to guess the characteristics that you use to sort the objects in the comments. We're then going to ask you to sort the objects into 3 groups based on a characteristic that has 3 types. For example, an overarching characteristic may be texture, and the types that you sort your objects into could be things that are smooth, things that are bumpy, and things that are soft. Again, once you have your objects sorted, take a picture, post it to Padlet, and let others guess how you sorted your objects. And finally, we're going to ask you to sort your objects into 2 overlapping groups using a Venn diagram. For example, one of your groupings may be animals, and the other groupings may be things that fly. Some of the objects that you have collected could be both an animal and a thing that flies, and that object would go into the overlapping part of the Venn diagram. You can create this Venn diagram using string or pen or paper, and if those items aren't easily accessible, you may just lay your objects into 3 piles, with the pile in the middle representing the overlapping group with both characteristics.
Okay, so hopefully you have your 20 objects gathered and you're going to be joining us in sorting your objects and sharing your ideas on Padlet. We're also going to sort along so you can see what we're doing with our objects as well if you'd like. So we're going to start by doing 2 groups. Okay, so if we were using the Padlet, we'd share, but we can just share with each other. How did you sort your 2 groups?
So I sorted my groups by office supplies and non-office supplies. How about you?
Mine are toys and not toys.
All right, sounds great.
So share your ideas on Padlet. And now we will go into sorting into 3 different groups.
Yes.
That one's trickier. Are you done?
I think so.
Okay, hopefully you all have done your 3 groups and you're sharing on Padlet. And we did ours. I did mine with things that can fly, things that drive, and things you can ride on.
Awesome. So I sorted my items into 3 categories. The first being office supplies that you can write with, the second being office supplies that you can't write with, and the third being non-office supplies.
Okay,
All right.
so now we do the 3rd step, which is putting them into 3 categories, but with one being similar, like a Venn diagram.
Yes.
So since we don't have a Venn diagram in front of us right now, we're just going to put it into 3 different piles. The middle pile would be the Venn part of the diagram.
Yes.
Okay. You used all your objects. I'm impressed. I got rid of some of mine.
That's a good idea. I should actually do
You
that.
can keep going. Hopefully you all are sorting into 3 groups. The Venn part is harder.
Yes.
All right. Hopefully you all have yours into your Venn diagram and you're sharing on Padlet. We have ours, hopefully. This one's trickier. So mine, I did things that are blue, things that can fly, and then things that can fly and are blue.
And I sorted mine by things that I would most likely find at the office and not necessarily at home, things that I may find more so at home but not at the office, and then in the center, things that I might find both at home and at the office.
I like that. Okay, share your final thoughts with us on Padlet.
So now that you have gone through this activity, we invite you to think about how you may do this with a baby, a toddler, or a preschooler. For example, when during the day could you engage in sorting? During laundry time? During snack time? What materials would you sort with a toddler? What about a preschooler? We also invite you to consider how you might use this activity to encourage family engagement.
Now that you have seen some of the resources on the Early Math Project website and explored how they can be used together in your work with children, we'd like to take just a few minutes to consider ways they could be used to engage families. Some thoughts to get you started. How could the count, play, explore issues be shared to give families some fun ideas for exploring math and STEAM when school isn't in session? Printing an electronic copy or a link to a literature review or an activity on the EMP website that goes along with something you're exploring in class connects concepts to current experiences, which is crucial for toddlers and young children. Encourage families to read a book in the review. Use the questions on the book reviews and try out the activities to support their children's mathematical understanding. Many of the books can be found read online if families don't have access to a copy. The activities do stand alone, so families can enjoy them even if they haven't read the related story. Try sending home a math activity each week for families to do together. Or you can send home a link to an unready video. Ask the families to incorporate the video into something they're already doing. For example, if the video topic relates to sorting, families could find something to sort and share what they did. Some families might sort toys as part of a cleanup, and others might sort a pile of laundry like in the video. And others may sort the mail. As we discussed before, toddlers and young preschoolers learn through experiences, being able to touch, do, and explore in safe environments using their senses, and being active in the learning experiences that invite discovery and inquiry. A way to capitalize on this natural curiosity and effectively engage families are family math events. Family math events can happen in a variety of ways. They might be tinkering fairs, family math nights, virtual get-togethers, at-home family explorations that are shared within a community of learners, or exploration stations set up in a library or other public space. Let's take a look.
So as a part of our family math night, we had a presentation for families surrounding early math so that parents were able to gain some information and knowledge about how to support their children, what early math looks like, and how to continue building on those experiences.
We piloted one on November 14th here. About 40 families came and participated. It was a wonderful opportunity to test what we have been creating and look at how we can bundle these so they can be used across the state in other situations.
Not just at child development centers, but also at libraries, for example, neighborhood resource centers, places where we have trusted messengers and families naturally congregate around that area.
While many ideas and planning resources can be found on the Early Math Project website, we believe that most successful STEAM events have certain features in common. They're planned with a deep understanding and connection to the families involved. They're sensitive to families' needs, interests, backgrounds, and are scheduled at times and locations that support family involvement. Ideally, they're planned with the families. They can provide ideas and strategies for encouraging continued STEAM exploration at home, and as they use free, very low cost and recycled, ordinary objects that are commonly available so everyone has access. They seek family feedback and take into consideration what is working well and what could work better. They pivot as needed in response to family feedback, and they're ongoing in nature. So they build upon each other and encourage families to incorporate STEAM into everyday activities and routines. When a STEAM event is staffed by educators, the planners carefully consider the role of the teachers and how the dynamics of the event are impacted by staff participation. They consider if the goal of the STEAM event is for teachers to model an appropriate approach for parents to use at home, or if the staff's primary role is to support the interaction between family and children, or perhaps some combination of both of these approaches. Do you have a favorite math activity that you think would work well at a family math event? Please share it on Padlet, and here's a reminder of the link we used before. Just some final thoughts on engagement. An important and powerful tool is display and documentation. Documentation not only allows us to see the learning of individuals and groups, but it can promote extending the learning. When the experience is documented, children can revisit and interpret their work and develop additional ideas. Display and documenting the process makes learning visible to families and children. Providing evidence of the children's learning through photographs, transcripts, or conversations, artifacts of their work displayed encourage knowledge sharing and enables understanding of how things work. It's that math concept we talked about earlier. Documentation encourages family participation by providing a vehicle for communicating about what's happening in the early childhood programs. Display increases family interest and allows families to understand the work and think about ways they can contribute or enhance the learning, such as listening to their child's thoughts and ideas, helping collect materials they may need, helping record their ideas through narration or pictures, and reading with them. Another option to make learning visible could be to provide a monthly newsletter with an opportunity for families to share what they've done, either in a virtual gallery such as Padlet, or Another option to make learning visible could be to provide a monthly newsletter with an opportunity for families to share what they've done, either in a virtual gallery such as Padlet, or contribute to a class display. An important part of the documentation process for young children is the time spent thinking and reflecting about the experience. Because of the diversity of documentation options, some general considerations are to keep it focused on the child's experience. Use their thoughts, their ideas about the actual work. Visual documentation should reflect current work in progress and not just a showcase of finished products. Photographs are a great way to capture expression, engagement, and represent important moments in the process. The learning process can be represented with fewer work samples than most are used to. The work samples should represent a work at several stages with highly engaged children, showing how the children planned, carried out, and completed an activity. Documenting the process makes it possible for others to become aware of the experiences in the classroom. Families can encourage the work by asking questions and participating in discussion, much more than 20 identical finished products. When it's done with intent and purpose, displays can create communities that extend engagement, and this can be so much more than a pretty bulletin board.
So that concludes our presentation. Thank you so much for engaging with us and participating in our activity. For more information and resources, please visit our website at www.earlymathca.org. You can also find us on social media at earlymathca on Twitter and Early Math Project on Facebook and Instagram. You can also visit our app at www.countplayexplore.org, or you can send us an email with any questions, comments, or suggestions that you would like to share with us at earlymathca@gmail.com. And thank you all again. It was a pleasure engaging with everyone today.